Let's bring in our panel. Both joining us from Newsmax New York, Liz Peek, columnist for the FiscalTimes, and Ellis Henican, noted TV, radio commentator, and man of many talents. So, Ellis, I know we should be ladies first. Liz, forgive me, but my producers are directing me to Ellis. Ellis, we're calling on you first because Eric Holder didn't just stop with the failure of America. He carved out a fairly huge exception. Take a listen to what he subsequently had to say.
I think raising these issues, coming up with substantive programs as we have in the Department of Justice and other parts of the administration, I think we're in a better place than we were before.
Oh, so the DOJ makes it better. Okay, how does that square with what we've seen in Staten Island and Ferguson, Missouri, even in the president's hometown of Chicago? Are things really better based on DOJ initiatives?
JD, if you're asking me for a simple answer on race, I am sorry, my friend, I do not have one for you. Every single thing on this topic is complex. There's some good news, right? It's great that we're talking about these issues, that we're discussing them more frankly, that we're not hiding them under rocks like we have done for so many generations. And it's bad news that there's certainly a rise in people's willingness to say harsh things on racial topics. We've had these police racial issues that have been popping up, unfortunately, in the last year. And so, you know, some good news, some bad news, and a whole lot of stuff in between. That's the truth.
Fair enough, and we appreciate your encapsulation there of what's going on. But, Liz, we heard Ellis use the term harsh terms. The Attorney General said we were all, quote, cowards about race. What was supposed to be the first post-racial administration in many ways has turned into the most racial administration, has it not?
Yeah, I mean, Ellis also talked about the truth. The truth is that the polling has gotten consistently worse on race relations during the term of President Obama. And my view is he has done very little to really rectify the issues that are at the heart of the divide between the black and white communities, or that have really kept blacks from fully participating in the growth and prosperity of the United States, such as education. Obama made a very good first start on reform education, hired Arne Duncan, but then 2 years in, when the teachers' unions threatened to withhold their endorsement of him in the 2012 election, he basically caved. So we have generations of young African Americans graduating from schools unable to read and write. That, to me, is where disparate impact should come in. And by the way, there are lawsuits now fanning out across the country, basically accusing our schools of having a disparate impact, which is Eric Holder's big tool for justifying racially imbalanced policies. That's where I think we should be focused, and no one is focused there, including the president.
And in fact, Ellis, the Justice Department is moving to almost look for, quote, racial balance in terms of classroom discipline. Are we not stepping on very tenuous ground when we get into quotas for punishment in the classroom?
Well, boy, if Liz is calling for more federal control over education, I want to join that song. I mean, I think that would be a huge help. We have great disparities in this country. Some places kids get terrific education. Some places kids get terrible educations. Mostly it has to do with poverty, although I think race does play a bit of a role in that. Again, JD, you can sloganeer on this topic, but it rarely encapsulates the real truth, which is sadly and naggingly complex.
Well, not sloganeering. Liz mentioned the polls. Let's just go back and take a look at them. Gallup poll, Americans naming race relations as the most important problem in the United States has spiked to 13%. The highest percentage ever recorded by Gallup was 15% right after the Rodney King verdict. So, Liz, as you say, there are polling numbers to back up this concern about race front and center. Final 20 seconds to you, ma'am.
Well, look, last year on the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King's very famous speech about having a dream, people took a look at where the black community was. They've really made no progress on wealth, income, unemployment, all those measures. So have we failed? I don't know. I mean, I think the country needs to look at the sources of those problems and do something, yes.
Fair enough. Here's what we're going to do. Step aside with a break. We'll bring both our guests back following this.